the most powerful four-legged OG horseman boss. That's who we're going to be talking about today. Motaro, right after this intro. Let's go. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to the 16,000 people that subscribe to this channel. These amazing people on your screen. Without you, this wouldn't be possible. Also, be sure to click the link in the description so you can join our Discord as we do go live and have fun conversations you don't want to miss out on. And with that being said, make sure you subscribe to my second channel for Power Universe content called The Lore of Combat. Also, I have several things here on this channel called the Mortal Kombat Files, Defenders of the Realms, The Lore of Combat. I also have 1-hour documentaries, Mortal Kombat footage, and some Injustice information. So make sure you subscribe to your brand new exclusive place for content. Now, for those of you been asking, you can follow me here on Cash App by sending me some donations. This is my cash tag here for those that been asking, but allow me to properly introduce you to our series called The Lore of Combat, Episode 12, The Mythology of Motaro. Let's get into it, shall we? Now, a lot of you been asking me to bring back full screen, so that's what I'm going to do here today. See how you guys like it, see how it turns out within the rankings, and if it turns out good, then I'm going to keep it full screen. So enjoy it now. Let me know you support it. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into our boy, shall we? Let's start here. For those of you that don't know and you're watching this video, you just somehow happen to stumble upon it, Motaro is a fictional character in the Mortal Kombat universe fighting game series. He made his debut in Mortal Kombat 3, in which he also served as a sub boss basically. Now his gender is male, he comes from Outworld and he resides in Outworld. Simple as that. Now in the first timeline, he was a Minotaur, which was a former Sanitarian, but in this timeline, he is a Sanitarian. When it comes to his weapon, he uses a spear. His fighting style is horse. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into about Motaro. So Motaro made his first appearance in Mortal Kombat 12. As mentioned, he is a Sanitarian. Now, meaning that he has the body of a stallion and the torso of a man, Centaurian, excuse me. He also has a pair of Capricorn-like horns and a long metallic rat-like tail, kind of like how Frieza had. He can use as both an energy channeling point and a limb. He is nearly 9 feet tall. Centaurians are known for their hunting skills and their mystical powers. Now, Motaro, along with his entire race, harbors a deep-seated hatred for the Shogun, y'all. Do you hear me? The Shogun is the big old ops. That's the main ops for Motaro and his people, whom he sees as inferior. Now, the two races constantly struggle against each other in order to prove their value to Shao Kahn and to finally define which race is superior. That's just what it is right there. Now I will tell you this. Being a member of the Centaurian race, Motaro possessed incredible strength. So strong, y'all, that he could knock a human opponent several feet away with a single punch. I'm talking about like Broly punching Goku and he flying like through 10 buildings type power. That's what he got. Now his four-legged lower torso gives him the speed of a horse, allowing him to travel vast distances with ease and possibly unleashing powerful charge attacks. He possesses a razor sharp tail that fires energy blasts from its tip. Perhaps Motaro's most notorious ability, y'all, is his absolute immunity to project attacks. Like if you shoot something at him, it just goes right off him and it comes right back to you. Simple as that. That's some boss moves right there. That's boss moves. Now, Motaro's skin appears to have some sort of reflective surface that automatically repels long-range attacks to the point of sending them right back at the opponent. Now, Nightwolf uses that as a special move. Nightwolf got something similar. He got something similar where he can reflect it back to you. He also possesses the power of teleportation, so he can easily smash his foes from behind. Now in Armageddon, a mysterious Shokan curse has removed 2 of his legs, relieving him of his most powerful abilities. His skin no longer possessing reflective properties. Simple as that. So they basically took it away from him. They hated on him, put a little curse on my boy. They ain't want to see him winning. They ain't want to see him shining. So that's what they went and did. They casted a curse on him. So, they don't want to see him be great out here. But it's all good, though. It's all good. It's all good. Now, I'm going to say this. And let me say this quick. He did appear in some other media. For example, Motaro appeared in Mortal Kombat Annihilation, which was portrayed by former American Gladiator star Deron McBee. Shout out to him, he did a great job. Now, his rivalry with Shiva is briefly hinted at, and in his last battle sequences, he is defeated by Jax. Now, when it came to television, Motaro appeared twice in Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realms. He and his Centaurian warriors were present at the castle in which Rain held Kitana hostage. Now, for those of you that did not see Defenders of the Realm, go on my page, go to my page, click on videos, and scroll down to the Defenders of the Realm playlist, and you can watch all the episodes there. I got them for you, basically. Now, he was later seen during the plot to overthrow Shao Kahn after being warned by Raiden. Motaro appeared to fight the treacherous Shang Tsung and the Shokans led by Sheik. Woo, this man out here making moves, I'm telling you. Now, he appears as a cameo in the form of a painted vase and Sonya's photo evidence wall, taking his MK3 victory pose in the 2021 remake of the Mortal Kombat movie. Now, the vase seems to be inspired by Roman or Greek mythology and design, much like actual stories of the myth of the Centaur. Other references on this wall include Kotal Khan and Nightwolf. Simple as that. Now, we get to the information of the game, right? Motaro was seen as one of the most powerful, difficult bosses in the Mortal Kombat series. This is because projectiles, right, which were effective on his predecessors, are useless against him. Most of them bouncing back at the player and often resulting in an accidental free hit, while other projectiles simply went through him, leaving the player extremely vulnerable. He is vulnerable to projectiles in Trilogy, but only if hit within close range. Simple as that. Now, he was also known to teleport frequently, often grabbing his opponents, whether from behind or after blocking their jump kicks. It was also dangerous for a player to block his attacks, since he or she would be put off balance. He could also shoot up to 3 fireballs at a time, and if all linked together in a combo, could reduce the opponent's energy to as much as 57%. I'm telling you, this man was dangerous in Mortal Kombat Trilogy. Listen, his ability to reflect projectiles was greatly lessened at close range. They would now work properly. However, Scorpion could spear him and Sub-Zero could freeze him. However, it is only in Mortal Kombat Armageddon where he loses his immunity altogether and can now be attacked with projectiles like most other characters. Both Motaro and Shao Kahn are playable in the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis versions of Mortal Kombat 3 and Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 via a secret code menu. Though they remain unselectable in single player mode, he is also playable in Mortal Kombat Trilogy. Motaro's single unique fatality, only seen in the 64 version of Trilogy, is often seen as cheap since the animation is simply Motaro's grab and punch pose with the opponent's head being ripped off in the process. His sprite also fades to darkness with the background when this fatality is performed, unlike other normal fighters who remain fully lit. So basically, as described in his Armageddon bio card, which, I'm gonna let you get a hold of that, the developers were faced with the decision promptly by fan demand to include him, as revealed in a 2006 Fight Night interview from the fan site Mortal Kombat Online. of not including Motaro in the game or removing his back legs due to the difficulty of compensating for his unique half-horse body shape. They decided to remove his back legs with the explanation that a curse was placed on his race. Reportedly, Motaro's centaur body structure was the main problem, as the MK team would need much more extensive programming and testing to successfully integrate Motaro's centaur frame into interacting properly with knockdowns, throws, and fatalities and death traps that required limbs to be torn off, cut off, or Motaro to be impaled. They did admit, however, that such a feat would be possible in later games, hinting at a possibility of Motaro returning in his normal centaur form. Despite this, Motaro is not playable, nor could he be fought in the next appearance in Mortal Kombat 2011, where he is seen in cut scenes only. Now, in Armageddon, unlike most other boss characters, Motaro takes much more damage when hit, and can be thrown and attacked with normal and special moves as though he was a non-boss character and cannot throw boss characters. He also shared the same set of creative fatality moves in the non-boss characters. Simple as that. So basically they just simplified and normified my boy. I don't like that one bit. Now here's some quick little how can I put this? There's some quick Easter eggs for you guys. Like Kentaro, Motaro's name seems to have a connection with the Japanese myth. It is a slight resemblance to Momotaro, a hero in Japanese folktale. However, also like Kentaro, everything else about Motaro has nothing to do with the tale. They just kind of borrowed from it. Now, John Tobias said during an interview that I think this was for Mortal Kombat 3 official collector's book was published. That was published by EGM Masters series in 1995, for those of you that remember, that Motaro was actually influenced by a toy he had when he was a kid. The toy line was called Micronuts, which is hilarious. And the figure in question was the line's antagonist, Baron Karza, who was paired with a horse named Andromeda. Now, the upper body of Baron Karza could connect to the body of Andromeda once Andromeda's head and neck were removed. The end result looks like a black metallic robotic version of Motaro, and accounts for Motaro's segmented, seemingly metallic tail. Motaro is the only sub-boss character from MK3 that is not fought in MK 2011. However, he still appears as a background character for the street stage and story mode. In the top 10 list hosted by, ScrewAttack.com, remember them? Motaro's MK fatality was placed at number 3 of the worst fatalities in the Mortal Kombat series. Now, in another top 10 list by ScrewAttack, Motaro as a mentor was placed at number 1 of the worst characters in the series. Wow, they really doing my boy dirty. Now, similar to Shiva, he bleeds green blood in MK3, and Mortal Kombat Armageddon, this is changed to red blood. Unlike the first two MK, 2D games, Motaro was the first sub-boss to not share a battle stage with the final boss, whereas Goro shared Goro's lair with Shang Tsung in the first MK game, and Kentaro shared Khan's arena with Shao Kahn in MK2. Motaro was always to be fought in the balcony before the victor could fight Shao Kahn, at the pit in the arcade. That was for 64. It was also for PlayStation and Saturn versions of MK3, Ultimate MK3, and MKT. Motaro was also the first sub-boss that could be fought in other stages aside from his own, the balcony. As in, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 for Super Nintendo, he could only be fought at the rooftop due to the fact that the balcony is not in that version of the game. While on the Genesis and the Game Boy Advance port of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 and Mortal Kombat Advance on Game Boy Advance, can't get that, he could be fought on any stage. Now, in Mortal Kombat Deception's Conquest mode, he could be found in Earthrealm at the same place where the player can Scare the boy's uncle on the left of the first hut. He will appear each day at 10 a.m. where the player speaks to him. He gives Shujinko 1,000 ruby coins. Like, he really, gave him a bag, and will not appear there again. He is one of the characters seen trapped in a cage in the dark prison stage. Now, in Mortal Kombat Armageddon's Conquest mode, he can be fought in the Obelisk mission along with Moloch. Randomly in the street stage in Mortal Kombat 2011, Motaro can be seen fighting Johnny Cage, while in the story mode he is seen in Shao Kahn's Coliseum while Liu Kang is rescuing Kitana. Now later, Raiden blasts Motaro, hoping to save Johnny Cage, and torpedoes Motaro into the river, possibly drowning the Centaur. Basically, now like Goro, Kentaro, and Shiva, Motaro was portrayed by a stop motion puppet. Man, NetherRealm love they stop motion puppets, don't they? Motaro, Rain, Striker, Shiva, and Kentaro do not appear in the series for 9 years, starting with MK4. This is the largest period of time during which the character does not appear in the games of the series. Simple as that. So I basically just wanted to give you guys kind of a little background on that, but don't worry, we not done. We got more to get into. I just want you guys to know that this man is a beast. He is a force. He is a monster to be reckoned with. Shout out to NRS, because they did a really, really good job on making him. He truly is one of my favorite Mortal Kombat characters because he's so unique. I just really appreciate everything that they put into him. It's fantastic how they was able to pull him off with the 4 legs and then pull him off with the 2 legs. But honestly, I really don't like how they depowered him over a period of time, and I cannot wait to see him fully back at full power. I think that's going to be fantastic. And listen, I just can't wait to see that happen. That's what I'm gonna tell you, because I'm telling you, he's gonna be one of those characters that you're not gonna be able to put down. Like, you're just gonna feel like you have to play him. That's just what it's gonna be, or whatever. Now, I'll tell you this much here: at an unknown point between the events of Mortal Kombat 3 and Armageddon, Motaro and his entire race were affected with a curse by their longtime enemies, the Shokan, which caused them to lose their 4 legs, and they only had 2 legs, which took a lot of speed and a lot of strength from them. But listen, I'm gonna let Ed Boon team tell you about him, since they created him, and then I'm gonna come back on my commentary. We're gonna dig into some more. Check this out.
Motaro. As leader of Shao Kahn's extermination squads, Motaro proved to the Emperor the Centaur's superiority over the Shokan. During the invasion of Earthrealm, he slew many combatants before they could oppose Shao Kahn's rule. He will slay many more in the battle to come.
Motaro is from the Centaur race in Outworld. He was a boss character in Mortal Kombat 3. He's an enforcer for Shao Kahn, and at some point in the storyline, his Centaur race gains favor with Shao Kahn.
Motaro was probably probably the oddest shaped Mortal Kombat character that we've had. He was kind of one of those, Centaur, half horse, half man type of guy.
For Armageddon, we were faced with this decision of not including Motaro or getting rid of the back legs and including him. So we went with just getting rid of the back legs and bringing him into the game.
In Armageddon, Motaro is going to have a lot of the signature moves that he had from Mortal Kombat 3. Basically, he shoots a projectile out of his tail, and he can teleport like he did in Mortal Kombat 3, but we're also giving him new moves. He has this great charging move where he's like this big battering ram, so it's going to be a lot more of a bull in a china shop type of character.
Mortal fatality.
Man, as you can see, they weren't playing no games with him at all. And even through the complications, they managed to get what they needed to get done with him, and that's what I appreciate. And when I tell you, this man got some brute strength. Motaro, like I said, is one of the strongest characters in the MK franchise. That's just that on that, you know? And him being able to teleport to avoid attacks or ambushes on his opponents is extremely useful. I'm telling you, that's one of the best things that a person can have as a move. Is to teleport is always good. I'm just being honest with you. Now listen, let me tell you this right here. At an unknown point between events of Mortal Kombat 3 and Mortal Kombat Armageddon, Motaro and his entire race, which I was going to mention earlier, but I was like, let me save it just for a little bit later, and later is now. His entire race was basically affected with a curse by their longtime enemies, the Shogun. This curse transformed the Centaurians into basically Minotaurs, the one with two legs, and gave them another reason to despise Shao Kahn even more. So they took the other set of legs with them. Now, with 4 legs or 2, Motaro still proved to be a lethal opponent during the Battle of Armageddon. However, like most of the combatants, he too perished. He basically perished. Now, in Mortal Kombat, the 2011 game, Raiden altered the course of history by sending a message to his past self. In this alternate timeline, Raiden killed Motaro during the Outworld invasion. So that's what basically happened with that. Now, let me tell you about his tail. Motaro possesses a long coiling tail, just like Frieza, that ends with a razor sharp tip, as well as using it to trip or slash opponents. He can also use it to cast magical energy blasts, and that's dope. I ain't gonna lie, he got some dope moves or whatever. Now again, I'm gonna tell you this much: this man really been out here. He really been out here making moves. We're gonna get into that in a second, as far as what other media he appeared in, because he did also go and appear in more media too. I'm gonna tell you that right there. Now listen. After the defeat of Goro and Kintaro, both Shokins, Shao Kahn decided to trust the Centaurs and tasked Motaro with leading his army to eliminate the Warriors of Earth. A short time after, Motaro managed to get hold of Kano's body after he was killed by Sonya, who pushed him off a skyscraper. He takes the body to Shao Kahn's temple, revives it, and imprisons Kano in hope that he'll be punished by the ruler of Outworld, but Shiva ambushes him and kills him, basically. Now, despite being killed, Motaro makes a return in the events of Armageddon. The Shokin have cast a spell on the Centaurs, which has caused them to become Minotaurs, which I just told you a few minutes ago, making Motaro a cross-species fighter. So that's basically what that was. And like I said, Motaro returns, but unlike Goro and Kintaro in Mortal Kombat 2011, he does not actually engage in any playable content during the game's story. He is briefly seen in the background of a scene during Mortal Kombat 3 portion of the plot where Raiden experienced one of his visions. The lightning god then flies in and attacks him, smashing him through a bridge. So just wanted to give you that quick recap, and to let you know that he has appeared in over 13 games. That is a lot of games, but I feel like for him to be in 13 games, it don't seem like we've seen him a lot or whatever. But when I tell you this man is brutal, he's very brutal. And if you don't believe me, you know what? Actually, I'm getting ready to show you how brutal this dude can be. That's what I'm gonna do. I think that should be fun. So check out this fatality from him, and then I'm gonna be right back with some more of my commentary. How about that? Check this out. I'll be right back.
Motaro wins. Fatality. Finish him. Motaro wins.
right, now that was a little brutal. It was a little brutal. I know. But like I said, he's a very, very brutal man. Very brutal man. So I wanted to show you that. So basically, where was I? Oh, I was basically telling you guys about the story, or whatever the case was. You know, so in a later scene, Motaro's dead body is brought before Shao Kahn, who reacts to the turn of events by killing, you know, Shang Tsung and granting the sorcerer's collected souls to power Sindel. Basically, that's what that was. But listen, the overview is this. Despise the four-armed monsters that are the Shokins, the two clans have been fighting for centuries to prove themselves worthy in the eyes of Shao Kahn. Now, Motaro appears in the movie Mortal Kombat Annihilation. He did briefly confront Shiva and is defeated by Jax. So I just thought I would mention that again, you know, trying to keep you guys freshed up, things of that nature. You can kind of know what's going on. But listen, let me tell you this right quick. Alright, when it comes to his abilities, man, this dude is just incredible. Now, he did make his appearance, as mentioned, in Defenders of the Realm, not once, but he made his rounds twice. Motaro and his fellow Centurions appeared in 2 episodes of the Mortal Kombat animated series, and the episode Skin Deep, which is on my channel, so you can go and check that out by clicking videos and checking out Motaro. He and the Centurions are guarding an ancient temple where Kitana is being held captive by Rain. Liu Kang and Stryker scale the walls of the temple before fighting Motaro and his warriors on a balcony. The battle goes poorly for the Centurions as they are all sent falling off a balcony. So you want to check it out, it's pretty good. Also, the final episode called Overthrown, Motaro and the Centurions defend Shao Kahn's palace with Kitana, Shang Tsung, and the Shokan threatening to, you know, basically dethrone him. So when I tell you it's a good watch, it's a good watch. But remember, in Annihilation, in the sequel to the live action, Motaro serves as one of Shao Kahn's lieutenants during the invasion of Earthrealm. He is portrayed by former American gladiator, you know, Deron McBee, you know. So, yeah, these are some things I just wanted to bring to your attention, let you know what's going on. I'm talking about, you know, Motaro appears late in the movie among a horde of monsters. This is Mortal Kombat Legends, Scorpion Revenge I'm referring to. You know, looked aside in the dungeons beneath Shang Tsung's palace. Kano released the monsters from their cage to kill Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade. But the two heroes worked together to overcome their otherworldly adversaries by defeating Kano and to rescue Jax Briggs. So that's almost everything that you need to know about Motaro. Again, I really don't like the fact that they've really changed this character so much. That just really, that irks my soul, man, because he was fine just the way he was, and for them to change him, that's just not, that's not cool, man. I can't get jiggy with that at all. I can't get jiggy. And the fact that, you know, Raiden took him out and he never really had a fair chance, or whatever the case is, I can tell you right now, that's something that bothers me too. It's all good though, but listen, we gonna go ahead and put a tower on and just show you how dangerous this man is, especially in Armageddon. You know, even though he got 2 legs and he's been depowered, he's still a force to be reckoned with. So I want you to check this out, and then I'm going to be back with you a little later with my commentary. Go ahead and enjoy this. Make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications, as this is your favorite brand new and exclusive source for daily Mortal Kombat content. Go ahead and check this out, and I'll be right back with you. Enjoy.
Motaro. Fight! Round 2. Fight! Fight! Round 2. Fight! Finish her! Motaro wins. Round 1. Fight! Motaro wins. Round 2. Fight! Finish her! Motaro wins. Karamaki! Round 1. Fight! Motaro wins. Round 2. Fight! Finish her! Motaro. Round 1. Fight! Motaro wins. Round 2. Fight! Finish her! Wins. Round 1. Fight! Wins. Round 2. Fight! Finish her! Motaro wins. Karamaki! Round 1. Fight! Motaro wins. Round 2. Fight! Finish her. Motaro wins. Mandolala! Round 1. Fight! Round 2. Fight! Wins. Round 3. Fight! Motaro wins.
Alright, listen. So on this next part, I'm really getting ready to school you because Motaro, as mentioned earlier, is a name that came from Greek mythology. So basically, when he has 2 legs, he is a minotaur. What he is. When he have 2 legs, 4 legs, he's his regular, his regular race. So basically, in Greek mythology, Minos basically is a mythological creature with the body of the human and the head of the bull. They are often found in video game dungeons, waiting for full-heartedly players to stumble upon their lairs. Sometimes they're mindlessly violent, and other times they're oddly peaceful and in tune with the world around them. So basically, in Greek mythology, Minos, king of Crete, wanted to know if Poseidon favored his rule. He asked the god to grant him a white ball so he could sacrifice the ball to Poseidon. Poseidon granted Minos his wish, a delivered pure white ball. Upon seeing the bull, Minos decided against killing it. This, of course, outraged him and his wife of the Minos, who fall in love with the bull. Basically, Daedalus was called in to make a wooden cow for Pasra to crawl into so she may, basically mate with the bull. It is from this that the Minotaur was born. So I just kind of wanted to give you that Greek mythology. I know you're probably scratching your head like, what the heck is he talking about? But that's Greek mythology as to where Motaro came from, and basically the majority of his race, I should say. But again, I wanted to put Motaro here on your screen to show you this tower. Put it in full screen because I know you guys you've been asking for me to put things back in full screen, so it's about time I did that. Now, as you can see here, Kentaro and Motaro going at it is definitely a fight we all would like to see in 2022, 2023. So it's definitely something that I got my fingers crossed for, that maybe we can see in the new Mortal Kombat movie, you know, Mortal Kombat 2, that was just recently confirmed. I am going to be doing a video on that because I got a feeling this franchise is going to turn into something major. But if you really take time out to just look at Motaro's design and everything, it's just fantastic. I've never seen anything like this in other fighting games. They did such a great job at this. So just imagine what he would play like in Mortal Kombat 12. He would be a monster of a character, that I can tell you. And the fact that he can horse kick the hell out of you, that's just outstanding, I should say. You know, but between him and Kentaro, I think Motaro taking this all the way home and taking it to the bank. That's why I think it would be a very interesting fight. And the fact that you can change his fur color, whether it's brown, white, green, black, I think that's pretty dope too, because it allows you, you know, to kind of do something different with the character, kind of like how Shao Kahn got on purple when he's actually supposed to be wearing red, you know. And as you can see, Shao Kahn's tackle is even purple too when it's actually supposed to be green. So it's just the small details that really count and that really matter. And that's what make these games very fun and make these games very, very, very playable. You know, so I'm going to tell you this. If you have not played one of the old Mortal Kombat games with Motaro on it, I highly recommend that you go on Google and you pick up freaking one of the Mortal Kombat games that have him in it, preferably the very old ones. And I think you're going to have a lot of fun with playing with Motaro. And you'll be able to experience what we were able to experience, you know, what today's generation don't get to experience, because Motaro just simply does not exist, meaning he's not playable in none of the games. And I really don't count Armageddon, because Armageddon was just a game where, you know, they just felt like they needed to bring everybody back. Everybody needed to be brought back for that Armageddon setting. And that's the reason why everybody ended up showing up, because if not, then there's a lot of people that we just wouldn't have seen altogether to begin with, you know. So again, hopefully you guys enjoying the video so far. Like I said, I truly enjoy making this long content. I look forward to doing this for a very long time. So hopefully you guys can stick around and check out the other series that I have here on the channel, such as the 1 hour long documentaries and Defenders of the Realm series and Mortal Kombat 12 videos, things of that nature. So I got tons of content coming your way, and I don't think y'all gonna want to miss out on any of it, trust me. But anyway, let's get back to Motaro. So the fact that Motaro, he did go on to defeat Blaze at some point, and he managed to avenge his people and do what need to be done, is pretty good. Hopefully that ending can remain canon. Now I do know in Mortal Kombat 11 they reset the timeline by Liu Kang going back in time. Yeah, we know that already. So let's just hope, you know, there may be a good chance that we could be getting a new version of Motaro or classic Motaro. But listen, let me go ahead and put this up here on your screen, and then I'll be right back with you after you check out how his journey actually ended for him, because I do want you to see how his journey ended.
Flames lashed at Motaro's body as Blaze released his energy. The searing pain consumed Motaro as he staggered about the top of the pyramid. When at last the fire dissipated, Motaro felt the familiar sensation of walking on 4 legs. He had undone the curse that had transformed his centaur race into minotaurs. With renewed purpose, Motaro vowed that the Shokan would pay dearly for their treachery.
Alright, well listen, you was able to see how his journey ended. He also ended up getting his legs back, which was hilarious because he defeated Blaze and he physically did not get his legs back. They just told us that he did. LOL, physics, right? Physics. But yeah, on top of that, I'll tell you this much right here. Him getting killed by Raiden, I know a lot of people don't remember that. For some reason, you guys don't remember that happening in Mortal Kombat 2011. I talked to a few people in the production of this video and asked them, hey, you remember that one time Motaro got killed by Raiden? For some reason, people couldn't seem to remember that at all. And just to be on the safe side here, I'm actually going to put a clip up here so you can see what happens to him and everything. And you don't have to be one of those people that go, yeah, I gotta agree with those people. I've never seen Motaro getting killed by Raiden or whatever. But don't worry, I'm getting ready to pop that up here on your screen so that way you can check it out and you can preferably join us so that way you can be on board as to what's going on. So check out this clip right here and then I'm gonna be right back with you.
Who are you? You all right? Johnny Cage fighting a giant monster? What is this, Time Smashers?
That guy just shot lightning from his hands. How'd he do that?
No idea.
What is this?
Raiden has killed Motaro.
That's him, on the throne.
You're a right genius, you are.
It's no great matter. I will go to Earthrealm to finish Motaro's work.
Yes.
So basically you see where Motaro legacy ends, but guess what? We're getting ready to enter the what if territory. So I'm about to put this gameplay survival mode on your screen of Motaro going up against Ronald McDonald and a lot of other people he would otherwise not face. So I hope you enjoy this ridiculousness. I'll catch up with you at the end of this session, I should say.
Without your weapons, you are no match for Motaro.
Motaro wins.
Give them one hell of a show.
Finish him. Motaro wins. Fatality.
Make this one count.
Finish. Motaro wins. Fatality.
Victorious or die.
Arrange. wins. Fatality. Motaro wins. Fatality. Finish him. Motaro wins. Fatality. Without your weapons, you are no match for Motaro. Motaro wins.
You cannot lie, that was hilarious watching him fighting those people. But anyway guys, this brings us to the end of our video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you smash that subscribe button and turn on post notifications, as this is your brand new favorite and exclusive place for daily Mortal Kombat long content. With that being said, I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Make sure you share it with a friend, share it on Reddit, share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, share it everywhere you can share videos. I truly appreciate the support. And until next time, I will see you wonderful people later. Peace out. Be sure to check out the last video on the left and one of our popular videos on the right. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Peace out.